Today, we're diving into what actually works when it comes to getting high quality Facebook leads. People who are excited, book an appointment, and show up. Welcome to another episode of Marketing 101 for chiropractors. I'm Dr. Enrico Dolcecore. And this week, we're talking all about lead quality. I know it's been a frustration for probably the last year and a half. You've noticed difference in lead quality. The forms work. I feel like sometimes you feel like there's bots filling out your forms and you call the phone numbers and they don't exist. And we're getting a lot more of that. Is it bots? I'm not quite sure. Is it just people filling this out and just putting in their fake phone numbers? I don't know. All I know is you don't want more leads. You want the right leads. And that's what we're going to be talking about all day today. If you do your own ads, or even if you don't, this is great information for you and your team and even your marketing agency to be on top of, so that you can increase the quality of leads. And you can get the downloadable checklist to this episode by emailing me at info@enricod.com. Sorry, that's my website. info@enricod. That's my email. And you send that to me and just say, hey, get me that checklist and I'll send it to you. Or if you're part of the Marketing 101 for Chiropractors group on Facebook, you'll automatically see it there in the files. Go ahead and download that checklist, send it to your marketer too, or just put it beside your desk and just check off the boxes and make sure you're doing this with your lead ads that you're doing for your office. Now, there's only two types of leads. We're just going to talk about Facebook today. I know I talk about marketing in general on all episodes, but we're just going to talk about Facebook marketing, okay? Facebook campaigns. And there's only two types of leads you can get on Facebook. Let's be real here and let's talk about the truth. Cold leads and pre-qualified leads. That's it. There is no warm leads. There are no hot leads. And the difference between that, if you listen to the other episodes, is we talk about warm and hot leads. Hot leads are people who call your office, say, hey, I want to see Dr. Sage, book me in. And they book in from Google or they book in from a referral. I mean, that's a hot lead. That doesn't happen with Facebook. Facebook's cold. So you only have two strategies when it comes to it. Get as many leads as possible and bang your head against the desk, or try and pre-qualify these leads. And we're going to go through this in this episode on how to do this through clear marketing strategies on Facebook. You need to, here's like 5 points. What makes a Facebook ad pull in high quality leads is clear target marketing, a specific pain point. If you're going to do the joint ad for $29 to come on in, you're going to compete with every other ad that's out there that people scroll by. And everyone's doing this. There's Groupons, there's Facebook ads, they're bombarded with deals. There's just tire kickers out there that are looking for a deal. They're just going to come in for the $29 adjustment and not come back. We know this. And we're past the point of trying to do that. If you're a newer office and you need to grow, that's a great strategy. But for most of you listening, you don't want to go through the trouble of this. So a clear target market to a specific pain point, a specific niche that you are great at or that you want to work with or that you solve. The most important thing is that you solve it. Back pain keeping you up at night, not just get adjusted, right? Come on in to get adjusted, like the joint ads. You don't want that. You want people to come on in to solve a specific issue. So a clear target market with strong visuals. So this is video and pictures. Use real photos from your practice or lifestyle images that match your market. Don't use generic stock stuff. Build value. Don't just sell in the advertising. This is where a little bit of marketing background does help you. And most chiros don't have this. We don't have the marketing background. We do what we think we want to see, right? We portray our businesses the way we want it to be seen in the public, which is great. And we want to maintain our image, but marketing can be very different than what you think. Sometimes done is better than perfect. And when it comes to building the strong visuals and building value is through showing what makes your clinic different. So the Gonstead method, the upper cervical method, the pediatric practice, the whatever it is that makes it different, the multidisciplinary office, all the things that we do, you can either build value that way rather than just selling, come on in and get adjusted, come on in and get a B12 shot, come on in and do whatever it is. Pre-frame with authority in your ads. Dr. Enrico has helped thousands in Tampa get their life back without drugs or surgeries. Come check this out because, and then you go through your advertisement. The call to action must be clear. It has to be very clear. Request your evaluation. Here, click here. Learn more on what we do. Hit the learn more button. Versus the book now can change lead quality right there. Book now, $29, book now, $49, book now, $99, book now. You're going to get a lot of people that just book now, and you're going to wonder why your no-show rate goes up or your tire kickers go up. And then an ad copy tip in this is to try longer form storytelling and testimonials plus education so that you get a higher intent from the patient, from the potential patient that comes on in. That's the recipe when we're doing ad copy that works better and increases conversion rates with the leads that come on in. So definitely things you want to avoid is the gimmicky discounts without a message. Come on in, $49, chiropractic exam evaluation, first adjustment, and x-rays. I mean, that's pretty much been out there for years. It's the same thing, and you're going to get, and it works, you get leads, but it's going to be, your whole team's going to be on there calling people and chasing them down with no answers on the other end. It gets frustrating. Ads that are too general or spammy. If you're copying everyone else, you're going to become very spammy, and you're not going to get many good quality leads from that. And then ads that just don't match your brand. If you're doing one thing and then they go to your website and you do all this other stuff, they're like, well, what am I going to get? I want the other stuff. What's the $49 thing, right? So this is, you got to be congruent in the marketing when you set it up. The more important things is, how do we get the better leads? Does targeting really matter? Yes, it absolutely does. We just talked about how 3 to 7 miles is where your ideal clients are going to be. One, because of access to your clinic. And two, that's just the reality of most clinics, is that's where they're at. We want to geo-target smartly when we're doing this. They usually come in, you'll see that your most ideal client come in within 5 miles. So when we say geo-targeting on Facebook, all you can do is just pick that radius. There's not much more you can do for geo-targeting on Facebook itself. It has an internal targeting method. When you do that, what ends up happening is that radius that goes around your clinic, let's say 8 miles that you pick, and you pick that 8 miles. What geo-targeting means within Meta, you don't have to do anything with this. Meta is already doing this, picking IP addresses that are there. Not only that, but people who also work there or spend any time within that radius. They may not live there. They may live 15 miles east of there, but they come in 15 miles to work around your office. This can happen as well. It's quite common. And you're like, how the heck did this person see our ad? And they're like, no, I saw this at home at 9:30 at night. And I signed up for it, but you guys are pretty far from where I live. Well, it's because they spent some time there, and they may not work there either. They may have gone to the Target close to your office and spent a whole, 3 hours there shopping, stopped for coffee around there, sat down, met someone else, talked for a while, and they got picked up and tagged when they used the Wi-Fi at Target or whatever, however way it worked that they caught them. So when I say geotagging on Facebook, there's no more you can do there. But there is demographic layering that we can do. We can target by age, gender, and life events. Now, when you get into the life events, this is more like parents of toddlers, parents of school-age children, more of the parent targeting, so that when you pick the 30-plus crowd as your target age, the demographic, you can then add some things here. There is some strategies to this. I don't recommend it for new ads. I recommend it for like when you're scaling your ads and getting them more fine-tuned. You can then start putting these things in. And it's just, if you're trying to isolate and get a specific person, it's going to cost more for it, but then your intent's going to be higher and your quality is going to be higher and your show rate's going to be higher as well. Might be worth it to look into this if you're targeting something like that. I find pediatrics, moms, pregnancy, that's the best Facebook way to do this. Not the best way to market a pediatric office, but the best Facebook way to do this. It costs more, but that's one thing. Otherwise, we want to leave demographic targeting out of the picture for this. Interest-based targeting, not a big fan of this. It ends up just costing more per lead to get there. Does it increase intent and quality? I haven't seen that in my practice. If you guys can debate that with me, I'd appreciate that one. I haven't had a good debate or seeing the other side of it. So where people are like, no, you definitely need to put interest-based targeting on there. I haven't seen the recipe on that yet. So if anyone has the code, share it. I mean, I think the more we share this information, the better most chiropractors will do with their ads, which is great for the profession. Retargeting, big fan of retargeting. Set up ads that follow people who clicked but didn't book. So in there, once you run an ad for a while, you can retarget all the leads that clicked your link or anything like that. You can set a retargeting campaign and hit them again with a follow-up ad that's specific for them. And so it would go something like this: similar video, similar pictures that you were using before with a similar offer, saying, hey, we know you keep seeing our ads. That's kind of cool when they're like that. Hey, you're seeing our ads because you need us. You were interested in us. Something along those lines, changing the ad copy a little bit, or maybe even changing the video intro that you use of you just saying it. Hey, I know you're seeing me again in our office. It's obviously because you need us and you're curious about it. So we're here on your iPhone again, or we're here on your phone again to show you what we do. And then you roll into the video again, a shorter video. So this time, click the link below, come on in, get the offer, and get started with on your journey to wellness or whatever it is that you're offering. And then lookalike audiences. This is great too. As you do more ads, Meta keeps track of your audiences there, where you can use lookalikes. And then all you have to go back is look at your winning ads over time. And then you're like, that's the audience that did the best. Let's retarget that audience and set a new campaign with that audience there. It's still going to hit the radius, still going to hit everyone, but they're going to be like, hey, you're telling us to use the algorithm we used here to catch these people because they were higher intent better. And now we're going to try and find similar Matthews, Sally's, Jennifer's that all came in as new patients. We're going to try and find them in this next batch of sending out your ads. Pretty cool. And it works really well. That's how you optimize this stuff. Then funnels. So yeah, the lead forms are an easy way of doing it. If you've been doing your own ads recently, just recently, last month or so, you'll see a new option when it comes to picking lead form or website or funnel, whatever it is. You'll see form plus website. So now Meta's like, well, how about we do the A/B split testing for you on this and send out your ad and send who we think is going to be a better intent for a funnel or better intent for a form. And it's really cool. They're actually sending more people to your landing page than they are getting people filling up the form, which is awesome. And I find that the landing pages are back. You definitely have to get good at this for it, because this is how you're going to clean up the intent. The form is just too easy. It autofills. You get a bunch of leads that come in, and then you're chasing down a whole bunch of people, and your team's frustrated. They're like, dude, we had 44 leads. I got 3 of them on the phone. And they're like, well, what about the other 41? I'm like, I don't know. They're not answering. They're not replying to text. They're not replying to emails. It's frustrating, right? So this is how you do it, is by sending them to the landing page. You're going to get a lot of those autofills gone, because now they have to read something and click a button. So now you're going to be able to pre-qualify them on there saying, hey, welcome to the landing page. This is what you're going to get. But you only qualify for this, and you only should do this if you're willing to get checked for this, want a solution to this, and are willing to do this. Click this button below and book your appointment. So then you can have that. That's great for spinal decompression, chiropractic, Gonstead, full spine, upper cervical. It's great for all of those niche type things to do that. So then they can pre-qualify before they even call or submit a form or anything. They're pre-qualifying themselves, and they're saying, yeah, I am interested in that. I want that. And a cool strategy we've been trying too now is like no more offers on the ad. There's no discount on the ad. There's nothing on there that they see on Facebook. It's just saying, hey, do you suffer from this? This is the solution. And this is how we help thousands of people doing this, is with this protocol. And then they go to the landing page, and it's the same thing, goes into detail about what they do, and then click this button now. And if you do book your appointment, you'll receive 50% off that appointment. Something like that. Again, no dollars have been said. Nothing's been said there. So if you charge $200 for an exam or $295 for an exam, whatever it is, then you can give them whatever you want, 25% off, 50% off, something that gets them to click that button. Remember, the call to action and the offer is how you get a conversion. That's why we give discounts. That's why we do that stuff. It's not to get a whole bunch of people in the door for $29. It sucks, right? That sucks to do it that way. So pre-qualifying them, include the benefits of care, a testimonial video, limited availability, limited spots, only 20 vouchers, something like that gets them through the funnel. And then we can lead filter using a calendar booking system. And then that's where they can book themselves. Make your calendar look a little bit full, so you don't have like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, like all the appointments open. That way they're sporadic and spaced out. And then in there, they can pick their times. I don't recommend this going straight into your EHR. Again, tire kickers can really bottleneck and clump up your EHR system with a bunch of names that never actually showed up. which causes problems down the line years from now when you're trying to retarget and remarket. You got all these names in there that never were patients. So if you're sending out a recall letter or a re-exam letter or something to come back in for spinal care, and they never been to your office before, it doesn't hurt, but I guess it's kind of costing you extra in postage. I'm not sure. Lead filtering. Use a calendar booking system. Require a phone number and email. We know this stuff. Immediate follow-up system. So the auto text, the automations that we set up, you guys know this. You've listened to my other podcasts. You want an immediate text and email out there. Maybe adding a special touch to these things where it's meet your doctor video in the email or a text. So they get a text, hey, we received your form submission at ABC Chiropractic. We're excited to meet you. Look at your email for some paperwork and some next steps in there and a confirmation, and our team will call you or contact you to confirm your appointment. They automatically get the auto confirmation for booking their appointment. They get that in their email. So it's all there in case your team doesn't get to them quickly. But then your team reaches out and leaves them a voicemail saying, hey, we've got you booked in. Can you please call us back to confirm this time? And we've also sent you your paperwork. And then maybe the doctor texts an email too the next day, 24 hours later after that first appointment's booked. Not when they showed up, but when the appointment was booked on Facebook, a text goes out with a welcome video. You don't say their name. You just have a standard welcome video. Hey, thanks for signing up for our special offer at our chiropractic office. I'm Dr. D, and you'll be seeing me on your appointment when you come in. And I just wanted to reach out to you, show you that we're real, that we're here. Here's a little tour of the office. And we're excited to see you and help you out and see in what ways we can actually help you out. See you soon. It's just a quick video. You send it to them. And that's a great little extra touch to beef up the quality and the intent of these leads. And then a thank you page strategy. I like that once they book, they go to a thank you page. This is where you can put in a pixel or a tracker to make sure that the lead went through the system, booked an appointment, and went to the thank you page. It just shows you how many people go through your system. And what you'll notice is that you'll get like 350 clicks. You'll get 55 lead submissions, and then you'll have like this thing like 28 made it to the thank you page. Then when you go through the 55 leads that come through and your team's like, hey, we got 24 or we got whatever, 21 new patients out of this, you'll see that the thank you page statistics actually correlate quite closely to the actual show up rate, which is kind of neat over time. Because it means that people got to the calendar page, did something there, maybe gave you their info, but didn't submit the time, or they got there and they weren't committed to the time. But the people that go right through to the end and your thank you page has the final instructions saying somebody from our team is going to contact you. Click this button to learn more, and it goes straight to your website or gets them off that page. That trigger, you'll see be more correlated that who finishes right through. It's funny looking at stats, getting like 550 clicks and 2 appointments booked. When you see that statistic, you're like, holy crap, the ad is getting attention. Our landing page sucks. No one's converting. What's going on here? We got to change the landing page. And you really do. These are things you can look at and be like, there's way too many clicks, too much traffic here for only 2 appointments being booked. The offer is just not matching up. It's not lucrative enough for anyone to sign up, or they don't know what they're signing up for. So a good landing page will have good information there. And then you have to run ads for a while to understand them more. You can't just give up after 2 weeks. That's another thing there as well. Okay. Lead quality is up to you when you're running your ads. And remember, all leads are cold. They all just ice cold. So when they don't pick up or they send you the FU text back, stop messaging me, it means you're doing the right thing, hounding them down. But when they say FU, just stop. Or if they, unsubscribe, just let them go, because you don't want to be texting them again. Remember that stuff, but that's how you do it. We're just trying to take stress off your team, because making 100 calls and just getting a bunch of voicemails or even worse, not even real numbers, is such a pain in the butt. So a little tips for, show up rates. I'm not seeing much of a show up issue anymore. It still happens. You still get people book an appointment and don't show. But to clean that up, a couple strategies there is the commitment video in the funnel. It could be in the thank you page. It could be a follow-up email that's sent to people before their first appointment. You've taken the first step. This isn't just another clinic. Here's what makes us different. By signing up, we encourage you to actually show up and not take this spot away from someone else that could be using our services. So here's what to do. ABC, see you soon. That's a great thing. Use a live receptionist to call, a call center. If you haven't talked to the Troy method yet, give them a call. That's what they do for chiropractic. And scarcity works as well in that funnel page as well. And then the ad copy, we only have 10 spots. The first 10 spots are going to be that. I do this with the laser ads. We're looking for 15 women to take part in our red light package to get transformational results, something along those lines. And, you'll get people to actually quote that. And they say, hey, I was wanting to be one of the 15. And they read it. They actually want that. So that works as well. And just make your offer too valuable to skip. At the end, you're like, if you book this appointment, you'll leave your first visit with clarity, a plan, real answers, and feeling better. You could add that right there, right after their first appointment, just to sum it all up. So great quality leads, cracking that code come from great messaging, smart targeting, and strong funnels. That's really the only way to improve our lead quality. If you're frustrated with that, we're going to have to do some more work on that back end side there. Audit their current ad messaging, check their landing page and follow-up systems, double check that, and focus on quality over quantity. This month, try and focus on that rather than the amount of leads and looking at that. So again, info@enricod.com if you want any of the checklist for this episode on the things that your team can focus on when creating their leads, and check into leadspine.com coming up soon. If you go right now, because you listen to this, it may be a 404 error because the page isn't up yet. Been working on this for like 12 months. Here we are. Leadspine is the new CRM. I think that's going to, revolutionize chiropractic for the people that choose to use it. And it's going to incorporate the most in-depth marketing system that is on autopilot. I know that autopilot thing, everyone says that, but we've hired a high-level team that works for high level themselves, right from the dragon's mouth. And they are building internal systems in a CRM flow that you get to implement right into your business, and it runs into and catches all the leads that come in there, does the automations, is customizable to the way your team works, and markets to them for the next 2, 5, 15, 25 years on autopilot. It just keeps them in a never-ending funnel of communication forever. I think that's the key there. So that way you have this constant flow of communication, but what your clinic offers, how it's been working, how they can become a new patient, how they can refer others on auto drive, nurturing these lists so that all these leads you get are not a waste of time. So that at the end of the day, hey, I'm building this huge monster CRM of data of people within 8 miles of my office. Guys, if you understand business, imagine going to sell your practice and saying, yeah, we do this much volume, we do this much revenue, this is what I want for the clinic. And we also have an email list of 8 miles around the clinic of 24,000 people that live here. So if you bring in Shockwave or something, just send an email and you'll have 240 new patients. They'll be like, what? What's the value of that? I've done it. I brought in new equipment, hit send to 7,000 people and had 44 new patients it's nuts what can happen with this type of stuff. So we're building that. I've been working on it both in my practice and on a higher level so that when we give it to you, it's just automatically implemented in there. So I'm excited about that. Info@EnricoD. I'll send you the checklist because that way I know you listen to this episode of the podcast. Remember, cold leads suck. I know, but we're doing this marketing because you cannot get contact of someone with any type of marketing for $22. There's nothing on the planet that will get you in front of someone for $22 that could potentially become a new patient. So that's why I'm just reminding you on why you do Facebook ads. It's because it is the most cost-effective way of doing it. Is it the best way of doing it? I mean, because it's so cost-effective, yeah, I think it's one of the best ways of doing it. A lot of people are on it on social media. Yes, it is. But always fine-tuning and improving your ads is only going to make them better and keep you ahead of the curve. Keep doing what you're doing. Stick with it. There's no glory in the grind. And we need you. Your community needs you. Everyone needs you. We love you. Take